Welcome to Radically Rational Radio. Thank you for being with me on another episode. Today, none of the news really interested me all that much, but the Lori Lightfoot articles can just not be denied. Everyone's saying something about it, and I mean, it's Chicago. I I was crazy how much worse that place got, and as you read a lot of articles, there's a lot to be said. She lost. She lost by a lot. She's the first time that's ever happened where a Democrat has not won two times in a row, which, at least in Chicago, is pretty crazy. But I don't. That's really not the point of this video today. I Tim Pool's take on it, or not necessarily his take, but what he noticed and his observations are probably the most important thing to take from this. We They have an article that doesn't fully cover it. Lightfoot, the first incumbent mayor to lose in 40 years. Mayor, wow. So yes, again, mayor incumbent. If you were the mayor and ran again, you always won a second time. She's the first in 40 years to have not. Received 16.4% of the vote, finishing behind former head of Chicago Public School, Paul Vallis, who garnered 35%, and Cook County Commissioner Brandon Johnson, who nabbed 20%. Wow, 35% gets you the mayor of Chicago. That's crazy. So I'm going to jump right into the middle of Tim Pool's latest video. It was posted today, Crackpot Mayor Lightfoot, and he's going to go over the demographics of the voting, who won, and the population behind it. I found it pretty crazy. Let's listen in.
As soon as I saw this, I went, no. Because I know Chicago, and I know what this map means. And do you know what this map means? So you can see here who won. Well, you got the colors. Paul Vallis is maroon. Brandon Johnson is the burnt orangish yellow. Lori Lightfoot's purple. And Jesus G. Garcia is green. And I immediately noticed the green areas tend to be Hispanic. And the purple areas tend to be black. And the white areas tend to be white. I can't really say much about,
No, he's got to be lying. That can't be the case. How could he even prove it? Well, let's find out.
40 Rogers Park area, Logan Square. Those are white areas too. So let's talk about politics, my friends. I want you to take a look at this. And now I want you to see map of race and ethnicity by neighborhood in Chicago. And what do you see? Here's white. You can see that up here in the top left, in the right, down here on the bottom left, a little bit on the bottom right, and these areas right here. These are the predominantly white areas. You can see there's a higher density of white people in these areas. All right, let's go back to the New York Times. You can see there is the bottom left. Well, the bottom right, Ward 10, is large. So to be fair, you do have down here in the bottom right high densities of white people. And so you go back here. Yep, top left, top right, all of that. Look at that. Here's the big concentration of white people on the north side. And lo, the white dude and the other white guy get a large concentration of votes. All right. Now let's take a look at the green. Jesus G. Garcia, Little Village, Ward 12. And you've got Ward 31, which is west of Logan Square. I've actually used to live there. And, okay, let's go Hispanic. And come on, man. Holy crap. Okay, to be fair.
It is pretty crazy. That dot right in the north center is just, it is the one area that was won. But let's keep going.
In the bottom right, you do have a large density of Hispanic voters. And you do see Ward 10 going split between Paul Vallis and Jesus G. Garcia. But it's like still right there. Okay, look at this. 36% Paul Vallis, 35% Jesus G. Garcia. Yo, people are just voting for the person who is the same race as them.
And same political party. It's only Democrat in that state, but it is same political party as well. Race was the only other choice.
Welcome to racial politics in this country, I guess. Look at Little Village, right? This whole green area, Ward 12, 14, it's all green. And then up here, and then look at the race map. This is Hispanic. The area with Hispanic voters voted for Jesus G. Garcia, and you can see it plain as day. I'm not so sure crime played a role other than to motivate white people to go vote. That's just the way it looks to me. You take a look at this. So you can see Ward 13, and this is, I'm pretty sure this is like my area where I grew up, Ward 13 and 23. You can see it's Paul Vallis versus Jesus G. Garcia. They're the ones up against each other.
Wow. Even when he goes into the deeper demographics, you can see it's an incredibly close race, just by a couple percent. That's pretty much the point. I mean, definitely check this video out. He covers it deeper. I don't want to just farm his content. I think his greater point is correct. I don't think anyone is intentionally doing it, but in any which way that we can be divided, they're doing such. And in blue states where they really want unity and they really want a cultural melting pot, you have the fiercest forms of tribalism. It blows my mind. Also, when you look at those demographics and you look at the voting, what one mayor could answer for any 15 to 20% of the people there, it would just be impossible. That city can't have one person knowing what they all want. They all want different things. Give them freedom. Let them decide what they want. They don't need an adult in the room. Thanks for being with me today. I think it was a boring episode. I hope you're against that. I just don't find the local politics aspect very interesting. However, I do find that when you look close at these races, we're given the right to choose our leaders, and a lot of us opt out of that system but are still forced to have these leaders upon us. And when you see what people use as their base for voting, I just don't understand why we could ever imagine how we would get good politicians. It's not hard to be an anarchist. It's if you think about any aspect of it, that system is just not set up to succeed for the individual. So, if you're for the individual, like this video. If you're not for the individual, be a communist, that's fine. Dislike this video. Comment, say what you want. I appreciate your time and attention, and I hope you found this video interesting. Have a great day.